Hey, what's up everyone? Shaun here, professional wakeboarder, Team Nautique athlete. And today I want to give you guys some tips on how to operate a boat. Whether you're new to boating or you haven't been behind the wheel much, or you want to teach someone how to drive a boat comfortably, I'm going to give you guys the same techniques that my dad taught me when I was younger in a low risk environment, so that you guys can know how boats move differently than vehicles on land. There is a momentum that happens, and if you are trying to pull it onto a trailer or dock or some of those instances that feel otherwise a little bit stressful, what my dad did originally is he took me out onto our lake in Lake St. Louis when I lived up in Missouri, and we used a no wake buoy as our point of reference. And if you don't have a buoy like that, what you can do is what I'm going to do right now is you can actually throw something into the water, whether it's a wakeboard, wake surfer, life jacket. And if it's windy, you may want to have an anchor on that so it's not moving around a lot. Today, thankfully, it's nice and glassy. If you want to know where you can find glass, drive into the wind, and once you get towards that shoreline, that should be one of the calmest spots on the lake. So number one, make sure that you have your lanyard attached and Coast Guard approved life jackets for everyone on board. Be cautious and aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're doing this in a safe space, that you're not going to have anyone else in your way. The first thing we're going to do is drive past my board on starboard. If you guys go click the link in the description below, you can see the video I put together on the different terms in boating. You're seated in the seat comfortably at a good level that you can see in all directions. And the way that I rest my hand on the throttle is that so I can have good control forward and back. If you just put your hand on top and you're driving it this way, you're not going to have good control with those little increments. So it's nice here in my Nautique is my armrest is right next to my throttle. I can put it in gear. And as I'm moving forward, I want to make note that the boat is delayed in its reactions, meaning when I start to turn left, it's not immediately going to start turning left. So I'm going to put this board about 5 feet off my starboard side, and you want to let yourself be comfortable with moving this boat forward and being able to turn left and right. I'm going to let myself go right past it, and once I'm about 15 feet past, I can put it into neutral. And then we're going to set ourselves up to pass it on the port. Most inboard boats, when you back them up, are going to naturally back up to the right. If you have an outboard boat, you'll have different control. And with my Nautique steer assist, I have even better control. You can watch the video on the steer assist in Nautique. Great option. So now I'm about 75 feet from my board. I'm going to pass it on the port side. That is the left side of the boat. All you want to do is just drive past it in a straight line. Once again, trying to keep about 5 to maybe 10 feet off the left side of the boat. If you find yourself swerving, stop, reset, back up, and start over. Once I get about 15 to 20 feet past, I'm going to stop my momentum. The next move is to do a U-turn with the object, my board, on the right, the starboard. This is to simulate picking someone up in the water. Once again, putting that object about 5 feet off the right side, I'm going to begin my turn slightly before I get there because it is a delayed reaction. You can put the boat into and out of gear if you feel like that is going to help swing yourself around. That allows me to stay somewhat close. The line would drop right on top of the rider, and then I can begin going in the new direction. The next maneuver is to do a U-turn with the object on your port, the left side. This is where you want to make sure you have a good distance, not too far, but since it's on the opposite side of where you're operating the boat from, you want to be careful with this. It's better to be too far than too close. I begin my turn. I can even put the boat into neutral. So I'm not necessarily moving forward as much, but now I'm still spinning. Putting the boat back into gear and driving around. Next, we're going to nose up to the object. This is to simulate pulling into a dock. And so what I want to do is I want to get close. I don't want to run it over, obviously, but I want to get close. So putting the boat into gear, into neutral, making sure that I've got a straight line, I'm not swinging around, into neutral, and then start to feather it in reverse. Next move I'm going to show you guys is picking someone up when they're done riding. I'm going to put them on the starboard side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive, putting them out here on the right side, but before I get to them, I'm going to begin turning away. That's going to swing my back end towards them. I'm going to put it into neutral once I'm about 15 feet away. I'm in neutral, my back end is swinging towards them. Put it into reverse. That continues that right momentum. If your boat backs up to the left, you might want to do this on the other side. And now make sure you turn the boat off and let the rider come aboard. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is just a quick way to pull up to a dock. When you're coming into a dock, if you can approach it at a 45-degree angle, that allows you to use the boat's momentum of backing up to actually work as brakes. So I'm approaching this object. I'm going to aim to put this object right here off of my right front corner. And once I'm about 10 feet from it, I'm going to turn away from it to then swing my back end, and I will put it right here next to me. So driving up at an angle, starting to turn away, backing up will slow my momentum down. And if my back end is swinging too much, I can actually turn the boat back to the right, pull forward, and that allows you to pull up to it like a dock. To finish this off, I'm actually gonna pick the board up. So I'm gonna swing my back end to the right. And the goal is for me to walk straight back there, grab the board, and not have to go for a swim. Well, hopefully this has helped you guys in some way that it helped me when I was younger to gain the confidence to get behind the wheel so that you can join in the fun, allow others to have some fun, and just spend more time out there in the water with your friends and family. So I encourage you guys, find a place that's kind of a low risk, a low stress area to learn how the boat's momentum is a little bit different than driving cars and golf carts and things on land. Well, thank you guys for stopping by and thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, you guys can put those below and I do my best to keep up with those and answer your guys' questions and use your ideas of other videos you guys want to see in the future. Always appreciate it when you guys like and share. If you don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when videos go live, and no matter what you're doing, always enjoy your ride. Peace.